புரியல. என்னது? என்ன சொன்ன? Radhika? Hi, can you hear me?
हेलो अच्छा चेक हेलो हेलो इट्स माइक टेस्टिंग
Maratha Marvels.
Get out.
हेलो 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 चेक चेक
ಬೊಮ್ಮಲೆ ಹುಚ್ಚಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ಪಾಂಜ್ ಥರ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ.
हेलो चेक 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 हेलो चेक चेक
Aravalli Arrows. Maratha Marvels.
युवा कबड्डी सीरीज मॉनसून एडिशन 2022 फर्स्ट डे मैच नंबर 2 में आप सभी का स्वैग से स्वागत। जोश जज्बा और जुनून के साथ दो टीमें बिल्कुल तैयार हैं एक दूसरे से लोहा लेने के लिए। माहौल बन चुका है, मैदान सज चुका है और अब वक्त हो चुका है उस टीम को मैदान में बुलाने का जो अपने खेल से दुनिया को बदलने की क्षमता रखते हैं। प्लीज वेलकम अरावली एरोज। और अब वक्त हो चुका है उस टीम को मैदान में बुलाने का जो अपने दमदार खेल से विरोधी टीम पर नाक में दम करते हैं। प्लीज वेलकम मराठा मार्वल्स। दोनों ही टीमों को शुभकामनाएं। और अब चलते हैं नवीन और राधिका के पास जो कमेंट्री के लिए बिल्कुल तैयार हैं।
Thank you so much for that rousing welcome of the commentary panel and also both the fabulous teams right in front of us. Maratha Marvels versus Aravalli Arrows. Aravalli Arrows in green and Maratha Marvels in blue. And the referees for today's game also are all set. In the green, we have the Aravalli Arrows. Familiar names, Lokesh Gosalia, Sahil Jandu. Very, very good names. Lokesh Gosalia, the right corner, and Sahil Jandu, the proper all-rounder there from the first summer edition. Also joining with me will be Radhika Reddy. It's a lovely occasion for joining hands with her in the commentary box as well. Radhika, all set for this monsoon edition as we look at the toss for the second game. Welcome, Radhika. The toss procedure is on. There we go. On the screen, it might look a little closer, but the colors are different. In blue, Maratha Marvels winning the toss, and Ankit Yadav asks the Aravalli Arrows to raid first. Yeah, that's the confirmation from the referee as well. A nice handlebar moustache. He looks good with that. Now for the team's lineup, Aravalli Arrows. There we go. We have, as I said, from familiar names from the first season, Lokesh Gosalia, Sahil Jandu, Rashid Ali in this edition comes new, and Anuj Yadav, Manish Sharma, Vishal Chaudhary, Chetan Chaudhary, and Arjun Chaudhary, Ankit Jat, and Tausif Ahmed to form the substitution line as well. So the starting seven, very set for Aravalli Arrows, and with me is Radhika Reddy. Welcome, Radhika, for this monsoon edition. As we look at the Maratha Marvels. The Maratha Marvels, once again, very strong. Ankit Yadav, the captain, Pankaj, Arav Yadav, Paramveer Yadav, Viru Yadav, Nikhil Chaudhary, Himanshu Yadav, and also the substitutes Rohit Kumar, Abhishek, Krishan Yadav, and Gautam Tomar and Abhishek Rathi. Lots to look forward to because the first game was a cracker of a game. What a comeback story written by the Periyar Panthers. They won it from coming back from nowhere. They were just, if I still remember, 13 points before the first half was called for. This is Sahil Jandu. He's also grown in status and stature from the first edition. He did not have that beard look in the first edition. Yeah, that's the confirmation that the boys are just trying to get into the superstar shoes. Growing ahead, and happy to see these lads grow because so much talent, filled with a volcano of energy. And that when it comes along, number 11, Sahil Jandu, and number 6, Lokesh Gosalia, two fabulous names from that first edition, making their way into the Aravalli Arrows this edition as well. Harivansh Tana Bhagat Indoor Stadium at Khelgaon, Ranchi welcomes one and all. And I am Navin Shauri along with Radhika Reddy for the Yuva Kabaddi Series' monsoon edition. After that first successful summer edition, we are very, very delighted that 30 plus players from our Yuva Kabaddi Series' summer edition have made their way into the professional franchisee leagues. That's the first raid of the second game, live and exclusive on Fan Code. It happens from the right to left as Maratha Marvels had won the toss and asked the Aravalli Arrows to come in and raid. The right raider tries his best, cartwheels across, goes out empty-handed. Pankaj comes in for the Maratha Marvels, goes in for that stretch running and touch, got his hands on the right cover, the knee of the right cover. The first point for the Maratha Marvels, and they are up and away. Wonderfully gauged that the right cover was playing a high line defense outside the back line, and he just pounced on that, did Pankaj. Now Sahil Jandu, a tall left raider. He also grown some beard look from the summer edition. Nice to see all these lads play, because even in that first game we saw Sanjay Dhul being very fit. Akash Deshwal from that first edition, he made his way through. He looked real fitter. That's what we want to see. These lads grow, and skill-wise, stature-wise. And the ankle hold attempted. Is that a super raid? The first one, Pankaj, has he got it? Yeah, Maratha Marvels, 3 points. Is it or 2? I guess it's 2 on the score line. There you see, there you see. Do or die raid now as Anuj Yadav comes across for the Aravalli Arrows. Left raider once again goes in towards that left corner, tries his best. Clock running down, gets the right corner with a vicious scorpion kick. Nicely done, lateral movement, very well balanced as well when he was retrieving himself onto that midline. Good one, good raid point. The first one for Aravalli Arrows, and under the pressure of that do or die raid, must need Lokesh Gosalia, double tie hold from the left corner. And as easy as it will get for the experienced campaigner. He just let go, wanted to test the waters, the first 2 raids, and then he said, okay, that's enough. Let me pounce onto my prey. Fabulous execution of that double tie hold. No answer whatsoever from Pankaj. This time, the boys in green comes across with an empty raid. And that's a slight bit of a verbal warning from the referee to Ankit Yadav of Maratha Marvel, saying, okay, when the raid is on, only one has to speak. Only one allowed to talk in the opposition's court. Pankaj comes along after that fabulous multi-point raid. He has to get this going, but has he got himself into a tangle? Yes, he has. No escape route whatsoever. And he succumbs under that Chakraview of Aravalli Arrows' defense. Look at that, he just got sucked into it. A good dash by Sahil Jandu. From the left cover, he came in. Oh, he claims the point. Has he got it? Yes, he has. The referee agrees with him. That's Vishal Chowdhury for the Aravalli Arrows. And now the Arrows are pulling up mighty and sharp arrows towards the points against the Maratha Marvels. Ankle hold. Cannot escape. Lokesh Gosalia, come on. A very, very strong left corner. Is such a good defense.
Official timeout. नहीं मतलब ना अलग सुन ये आप कर रहे हैं विजिल बार बार कर रहे तुम ये क्यों तुम कर रहे हो मैं तय करेगा वेट करो हाँ मैं दे रहा हूँ वही जल्दी ये विजिल मार के आप जब तक कैमरे में ठीक है आपको फोकस है ठीक है इसको होल्ड रखते 5-7 सेकंड होल्ड रखते इसके पीछे नहीं विजिल मार दिया नहीं ये रोकेगा आप इसको होल्ड करोगे ठीक है पहले अपना विजिल कैमरा का आपको ठीक है तब ये Ready?
Resuming back, the two men on court for the Maratha Marvels. Can the super tackle be attempted? Goes in for the wrong leg, Arav. Oh, what a nab this has been. Oh, Raider safe.
Number.
Come on, how did that happen? Did he step into the lobby? Arav for Maratha Marvels should have stepped. Yes, there we go. There we go. In the end line. And the line umpire was very quick to spot that. Wow. Fabulous work done by the referees.
11 in, 14 out.
Yeah, 11 in, 14 out. Confirmation taken for the Maratha Marvels. They have to save this. And Abhishek now will have to do something. This is a real neck of the moment for the Maratha Marvels. Goes in. Will he save the Maratha Marvels? Last man standing. He has to at least get a bonus. Just 3 on the board. First all out. Inflicted by the Aravalli Arrows. Lokesh Gosalia wasn't happy with the support. I guess he fell on Lokesh's left ankle. He just tapped him and said, okay, bye, utja. Mera pav pasa hua hai. Look, that's what happened. Lokesh Gosalia is a character, isn't it? Nicely done. Aravalli Arrows inflicting the all-out on Maratha Marvels. The guys in green
11 out,
just
14 in.
got them going.
11 out, 14 in.
Nine points. Sahil Jamdu. Has he got the bonus? Looks like it.
Bonus point. Aravalli Arrows.
Yeah, the looks of it. Of Sahil Jamdu suggested that he got it. Really nicely done. Now, can Nikhil provide something for the Maratha Marvels? 7 points deficit. Not a good one in the first quarter of the first half. The first 10 minutes, he gets it. Is it? Lokesh Gosalia accepts it.
1 point.
Running hand touch. Left rider getting in on the left corner is something to watch out for. Look at that. Comes in well. Left rider. And Lokesh Gosalia did not retrieve himself back. Very, very well-deserved point, I should say, for Nikhil Chowdhury. Now, Vishal Chowdhury comes along. Oh, wanted to go in for the double tie hold. Himanshu from right corner.
24.
He was expecting 2
18.
points. Yes, 2 points being taken. Is that what the Aravalli Arrows will probably need for a good comeback story to be written? Himanshu just going in with a high line tackle. Very, very advanced outside the back line. Did not get it right.
There go. 1 point. Aravalli Arrows.
Aravalli Arrows once again chipping away with points. But Maratha Marvels need to stop this run flow. Rather plug it somewhere. Very good reach as well, even if the left cover had got the tie hold in the right place. Just 4 on the court now for the boys in blue. Maratha Marvels also just 4 on the board for them. Empty raid by Anuj Yadav. What has happened right for the Aravalli Arrows is Sahil Jandu has fired, Lokesh Gosalia has fired, and from the other end it's just Pankaj who is putting on a brave effort. He just got that multi-point raid, 2 points in one raid, and after that the Maratha Marvels have been stuck on 4. Sends in Sahil Jandu, Lokesh Gosalia. He's managing his resources well as well. A left raider, tall, very athletic, very agile. He held the Maratha Marvels together. Remember, he was playing for Maratha Marvels the first season. Sahil Jandu now comes across. Block! Does not turn. Wanted to just do the anti-block instead of turning towards the lobby. The outward turn never happened. And a very, very good tackle point for the Maratha Marvels. They have picked out the top gun, top arrow, I should say, out of the Aravalli Arrows. Ankit Yadav, the skipper of Maratha Marvels, coming into his own to get that 5th pointer. Looking a little anxious. The boys in blue on the bench. Why not? Because they've been pushed back. Just 5 on the board for them as Aravalli Arrows just running away with this. But everything is possible in this 40 minutes of the Kabaddi game. Do not forget what happened in that first game. It was a runaway first half for the Murthal Magnets. But then the Periyar Panthers came back and scripted a fabulous beginning of the first game in the monsoon edition of this Yuva Kabaddi series. This is the second edition, and we are mighty impressed with the way our young lads and superstars have held their skills of Kabaddi very high. That's made us also put our chin up to the world and say, hey, come on, stand up and take notice. And yes, thank you so much for all the sponsors who've got along together, even for this monsoon edition. A big thanks to Fan Code as well for always being there for us. And another hearty thanks to all the franchisees, the franchisee owners, the coaches who come here for talent scouting. They were present here in that first season to see the talent under their eyes. They have picked up very, very good prospects. Do or die raid, Pankaj! The jump was right, but not in the right direction. The idea was right to jump over the right corner, but it was towards the lobby instead of towards the midline. Pankaj having the skills, but it wanted a little more brilliance than that. And then the double tie hold on the jump was very successfully done from that right corner. 14 points now for Aravalli Arrows as Anuj Yadav. They need raid points, no doubt. Just make no mistake about that. You can have your defense very strong, but the defense is like a fixed deposit. You will want to have that current account going with raid points. Only 5 now on the board for the Maratha Marvels, as once again this is Parambir Yadav who comes along. He has to try something. Come on, you just can't go back on an empty raid, because I understand it's a do or die raid for the opposition, but it will be the same thing when you go in, isn't it? Now, do or die raid, back kick. Wow! That is some skills being exhibited by Vishal Chaudhary. That was vicious, it was quick, it was strong, and it was filled with venom. It is not a scorpion kick, it's a back kick, proper back kick one. If you have to see, again, just talking about a Mithi Ka Khel example, when I went in to my Mithi, my village, and I got that taste from a goat. Don't ask me what I was trying to do. I was just trying to take some milk. Somebody told me goat's milk is really nice, out of a lot of fat and gives a lot of vitamins and energies. That reminded me of that kick from Vishal Chaudhary.
5 in,
right.
11 out.
Now, 5 in and 11 out for Aravalli Arrows. Sahil Jandu needs a break, I believe. He just goes back on the bench. and brings in Arjun Chaudhary for the raid. Super tackle situation. Maratha Marvels have to pounce on this. No doubt whatsoever. If the raid is not working, come on, let's do it with the defense. 2 points for the taking. I will want at least Viru or the top corner from the left corner to pounce on Arjun Chaudhary. Lets him go. Arjun Chaudhary had just come out of the bench and he wouldn't have got his eye in. And of course, not the legs moving. So there was an opportunity, and now look at what has happened. Because the previous raid was an empty raid for Maratha Marvels, this has become a do-or-die raid for them. Like diving into a swimming pool, he gets that diving hand touch on the right corner. Nicely executed by Paramveer Yadav. On the right corner, look at that. Just had to make sure Chetan Chaudhary from that far end to retrieve back in time. Couldn't do it. Gives the Marvels their 6th point. Vishal Chaudhary, what a kick that he got, and look at that for a swift toe touch. He's claiming it. He is as fit as an arrow. No, he's not been accepted by the referees as well. We saw this a lot of times. He's disappointed. We saw this a lot of times in the first edition. Because see, what happens is the raider actually who feels that he's got it, and sometimes the defenders will not feel it because it's the jerseys or it's the shoes which does not give them the right sense of was there a touch or no. The leg was far enough. The referees also agreeing with me and not agreeing with Vishal. Come on, Vishal Chaudhary, we will be appreciating you for all your good works only. Now, do-or-die double tie hold executed from the left corner. Much needed touch points for the Maratha Marvels. And after a very long time, Aravalli Arrow's den has been reduced by one player. Bouncing onto that was Himanshu Yadav, if I'm not mistaken, from the left corner, coming in across. Did not wait for the raider to have a sniff. Radhika ready with us. Radhika, welcome to the Monsoon Situation edition here.
Thank you so much, Naveen. And I see Aravalli Arrows are banging on here. But then, this is a do-or-die raid for Maratha Marvels, and Nikhil comes up. And it's 1 versus 5, bonus unavailable. The speedy footwork of the raider. Will he be able to take some points here? It is very important for the raider to go safe, and he touches the centre man.
Oh, that was some skill, isn't it? He just wanted to go attack the left corner, and then he just braked upon with all the ABS shoes that he's got, and then turned back to get the center Rashid Ali out on the bench. Just talking about Monsoon edition, Radhika, I agree this is happening here at Harivansh Tana Bhagat Khelgaon Ranchi. I guess that's not been affected by the rains. Don't ask about Bengaluru. I just want to know what's happening in Hyderabad.
Oh, it's raining since last 2 days, but it's not as bad as it's in Bangalore. But I really feel you guys recover very soon. But then it's raining raid points here at the stadium. The young guns are firing superbly, Naveen.
Yeah, I've just hired a boat for myself, a speedboat, to wave through the waters. But still, from the last 2 days, there's no rain. Sun is shining down because I think the sun gods and the rain gods knew that the monsoon edition is going to start in Ranchi, and Naveen Shauri and Radhika Reddy will be getting along.
And this time around, Nikhil goes with an empty raid. So just half the score difference for Maratha Marvels, but then we have long enough match to go ahead. There's a substitution in. Leader goes out. Yes, there is number 21, which is being substituted in. So let's see if they could get some good luck for Maratha Marvels.
Absolutely. I was wanting Rohit Kumar, 21. I think when he came in, I wanted to see a raider come in because Maratha Marvels are struggling with weight points. But the position that he's taken at the right corner, it looks like a proper defender to me.
They might be eyeing on Anuj Jadhav or the other score defenders who've been doing quite well, like Sahil Jandu, to take on. So they might be looking for put the defense strong here. Here we see Pankaj coming in, the right raider. 1 versus 5. This is the smartness of the Aravalli Arrows. They are not moving ahead with more than 5 players in the team. And that was a dive tackle taken away. A super raid for Maratha Marvels. What to say, Naveen?
Wow, this is Pankaj's fabulous brilliance against Lokesh Gosalia, diving on that double tie hold, Radhika. Not easy to escape the clutches of Lokesh Gosalia, and he did it in style, as if the butter just passed through the knife. A knife, I mean, is Lokesh Gosalia. He can cut through any raider's skills, but Pankaj was as smooth as a butter and just flipped away from the clasps of Lokesh Gosalia to get those all important 3 points. Now Rohit Kumar makes another move. He goes into the right cover just because Vishal Chaudhary has that vicious back kick and the strong toe touches near the left corner. There you go. When he goes for the toe touch, I guess Rohit will go in for the dash. He had to go in. That was an opportunity for him. He just waits outside the border. There you go. There you go. That's what I was expecting Rohit to do. He did it. Idea was right. Execution wrong there.
I mean, the defense need to study, the footwork of the raider. Though he was aiming at the left corner, all his eyes were on the cover. So that should be taken care of the cover defender, which he missed, and he had missed a point.
Also, he did not go for the toe touch full-heartedly. Vishal Chaudhary, he knew that Rohit was staring at him in the eyes. He just went in for that half attempt. And I think that gave a little more time to Vishal Chaudhary to go back into his half. Now Pankaj, butterfly legs I should call him, or buttery legs. He's not even touched. And the defender goes out of the end line.
Look at the speedy footwork of the raider, which had just stumbled the defenders and taken away, broke that super tackle situation and took away those 2 points. When you have this speedy footwork, this is what happens. If you want to play more cautious game and play at the end of the mat, this is what happens, Naveen.
Yeah, he should have been little more cautious there, Arjun Chaudhary, because Pankaj will come at you. And that was a super tackle situation. You could have just got it. Vishal Chaudhary once again claims hard, goes inside the lobby confidently. Yes, Vishal Chaudhary has saved Aravalli Arrows from a dare all out, because that was much needed.
And he does it with his signature style of a toe touch at the right cover, and he claims it, he gets a revival for the team. Now, will Pankaj be able to, sweep out this team? 1 versus 2, a super tackle opportunity. But then look at the agility of the raider.
That too against Vishal Chaudhary. He escaped well. Not on the second occasion. Now Pankaj can celebrate. The first half done. The time has been run down, and it's just 4 points differentiating these teams. Another lovely comeback story by Maratha Marvels here, Radhika, because Aravalli Arrows were racing away.
Absolutely. That super raid, and after, when you have that 3 members on board, if you look at the scoreline, it's not too big. It's 18 for Aravalli Arrows, Maratha Marvels on 14. Raid points are high enough for Maratha Marvels, but then the tackles have gone in favor of Aravalli Arrows.
Very much, because the tackle points is courtesy Lokesh Gosalia and Chetan Chaudhary. The 2 superstars from the first summer edition. We just saw what can Lokesh Gosalia bring to the Kabaddi mat, and he's not disappointed in this match, but they'll have to hold it together as we slip into a short little break, and we will come back in a jiffer for the second half. Welcome back once again for the second half of the second game in the first day of the monsoon edition, the second edition organized here by Yuva Kabaddi series at Harivansh Tana Bhagat at Kelgaon, Ranchi. 18 points to Aravalli Arrows, courtesy very good rating by Sahil Jandu and good defense by Lokesh Gosalia. But on the other hand, Maratha Marvels also fighting it hard with Pankaj scoring those all important super raids and raid points amongst that 10 points and this 2 tackle points. And there is where the issue is for the Maratha Marvels. They'll have to get in more defense points, and I think that is what the coaching staff will be telling. That's so important now to get those tackle points under their belt. I am Navin Shauri. Along with me is my favorite girl on the Kabaddi mat, Radhika Reddy, if I can call you that.
Hello.
Thank you so much. And as we see, Aravalli Arrow, they have started it brilliantly, but Maratha Marvels, what a comeback by those super raids and eventually, cracking that defense to get those points. The only concern I see is, except for Ankit Yadav, who is taking about 2 tackle points, nobody else has supported Naveen.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, Radhika. I just said my favorite girl on the Kabaddi mat. Did you hear that?
I did hear that, and that's what I said. Thank you so much.
And you did not.
We witness a lot of favorite players on the mat now. Here, Naveen, these younger players have impressed me so much. And from the last edition, that's a great achievement for Yuva Kabaddi series. 30 players have gone ahead for the professional league, and we see many more going ahead from this match.
Team all out. 1+3 point.
Absolutely. From this edition, also team all out is against once again the Aravalli Arrows. Now this is a good comeback by Maratha Marvels. I just concluded the call on the first half saying it was a good comeback story, and now in the second half, Aravalli Arrows need to start fresh. Just 1 point separate these two teams. Vishal Chowdhury once again comes back on the mat, and he will be having the eye on Ankit Yadav, the coach. The skipper of Maratha Marvels. Under him, did he steal a bonus? No, he does not. Just talking about those professional franchisee leagues, the team owners and the coaches, I was just thanking them for picking up our players, isn't it? Because this is so important for them to have the talent scouting team being sent live to Jaipur in that first summer edition. We were in Jaipur. Every team sent in their talent scouting coaches to pick up the boys.
I think we should appreciate the efforts of the talent scouting done for Yuva Kabaddi series from all over, so that these young boys have exhibited their talent. And all credit to Yuva Kabaddi series, Naveen. They have put up this big platform for these young boys here, and we see a bright future for them. And a dash goes in.
Yeah, Rohit Kumar is a good inclusion from the. Oh, right. I was just thinking Rohit Kumar has done a good point in the dash, but no. The Raider is safe, and 2 more points there for Arjun. He's crossed the midline just in the nick of time, just on the corner of the lobby. He did not turn towards the outer half. He was just laterally going towards the midline, and he found it. For the first time, Radhika, Aravalli Arrows are leading this.
Absolutely. I mean, they have been leading since the inception of the match. But then here, when we see Maratha Marvels, they are definitely picking up those single points and trying to, break that margin. Look at the extension of the running hand touch. If you have short height, you have to use other techniques to overcome that, and Pankaj does it beautifully.
Yeah, and he also utilizes his body stature very well to escape from the clutches of the defense as well. That's also very important. We saw what he did against Lokesh Gosalia in the first half.
Bonus.
Once again, Vishal Chowdhury, the tall right raider, he himself looks like a sharp arrow, gets another bonus on the running bonus this time. Under the eyes of the right flank, the right corner and right in. Now once again, Pankaj. How much of load will Pankaj have on the raiding department once again against Lokesh Gosalia? I think Lokesh Gosalia just took up a revenge against Pankaj now.
Absolutely, and this the third tackled on the mat, but then he scored about 9 points so far, which is a good one. Sure, he'll be revived very quickly to see his first Super 10 of Yuva Kabaddi Monsoon Series now.
Yeah. Arjun Chaudhary comes along. Have to be very careful now of the Aravalli Arrows, because it's just a slender 4-point lead, and if somewhere, if he can manage Nikhil to nab him down, it's going to be very tough for the Maratha Marbles. There you go, running hand touch. This is what I was talking about. Pankaj revived very, very soon by Nikhil. I was just saying Aravalli Arrows need to pin down Nikhil somehow. They could not do it.
I mean, the in-player who need to take control of that chain, he did not went back in time. So this is Vishal Chaudhary for us, the leading raider in the squad with 8 points so far. And let's see who will take that first Super 10 on this mat. 1 versus 6, and look at the defense setup. They are not letting the raider come in, Naveen.
Yeah, absolutely. And now this time Rohit Kumar takes his revenge on Vishal Chaudhary. He tried it couple of occasions in the first half, was not successful, but now he gets those dash going. He attempted it first, but then also the ankle hold from left corner helped nabbing Vishal Chaudhary. Vishal actually pushed Rohit away.
Vishal goes out and Pankaj comes in, and this is Nikhil for us, who's been supporting the lead raider. 1 versus 4. They can, slightly slow down the pace, because now they have the full strength in the team. They can just rethink about, how to get back.
Yeah, they have to do that. No doubt. Don't try and to be really fancy or crazy. Just hold on to your nerves. It's just a 2-point lead, not a big one. Now, who's coming in? I think Viru. Yeah, Himanshu goes out. And Viru comes in for the Maratha Marbles. And Viru Yadav, of course, is once again a right corner. The defense is... Sahil Jandu comes back. Good inclusion by the coach of Aravalli Arrows, because he feels Sahil Jandu has to be sent in for the raid points to come in for the Aravalli Arrows. It was Vishal Chaudhary doing all the raiding. Now, tall left raider once again. Sahil Jandu, he can be very, very lethal.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about Sahil Jandu since the last edition as well. So he will definitely move ahead and quickly goes for that running bonus at the right corner. Let's see if it's been given. Nothing.
Does not, I think. Yeah, Viru Yadav scared him away. But ironically, Radhika, you know what? Sahil Jandu played for the Maratha Marvels in the last season, in the summer edition. And now in the monsoon edition, he's playing against them. What sort of a feel will that give him, isn't it?
And he should know the in and out of positives and negatives of the team players. So that should give him an advantage, in fact. And goes for a running hand touch here at the left corner. Lokesh goes out. That's a big one, Naveen.
Very, very big fish being nabbed here. And that is also the wrong time for Aravalli Arrows to lose out on their skipper Lokesh Gosalia. Because in that left corner, he was so useful, especially nabbing the raiders, especially Pankaj. Now Pankaj has got a free run, as Sahil Jandu will try and get a touch point and revive Lokesh Gosalia. He has to do that. But before him, there are 2 more men that they will come back from the bench. Bonus attempted. I think it's a multiple point raid. 2 more points. Yes.
It's a super raid. Yeah, it's a bonus, and that's 2 points. If you see, the raider goes parallel to the lobbies, so he uses his reach to his advantage. Standing diagonal, which is a definitely advantage. When you don't finish off the tackle completely, this is what happens.
Yeah, very much. And what an inclusion at the right time. The coach of Aravalli Arrows pulling out a, I should say, Brahmastra, which is just released. Sahil Jandu. I was just talking about the Brahmastra, Sahil Jandu, not the movie. Come on, Nikhil. gets it one against Chetan Chowdhury.
I mean, half-hearted challenges would definitely cost the defense. That's what happened when, in the last trade from Vishal Chowdhury. Now this is the defense that made an error from the Aravalli Arrows, the right corner.
Now gives a very, very important chance for the boys in green to have that final sting in the second quarter of the second half. The last 10 minutes becomes the business area as Vishal Chowdhury and Sahil Zandu, both of them present on court for the Aravalli Arrows. But for the Maratha Marvels, it's just Pankaj who's had to do a lot of raiding this morning. And then Nikhil is supported well. But do you want to see more of Nikhil here, Radhika? Because it's all that single pointer raids that he's been putting in. How far can you stretch that 3-point deficit? Now can he be taken? Oh.
1 point.
Look at the teamwork of Aravalli Arrows and Naveen. Though it was a risky tackle, they stood for each other. And what a beautiful execution. They threw the raider towards the end line. That's a beauty. When he went for those double thigh hold, the angle missed, but then the support came in right on time.
Yeah, very well pointed out. The first intention of Chetan Chowdhury was actually to go for the double thigh hold, and then Nikhil was very quick to spot that. He actually turned away from that angle. Now Arjun is being nabbed on by a very strong ankle hold by number 20 there, Kishan Yadav for Maratha Marvels there on the court. This is going to go down now for that last 10 minutes, and it is those tense moments now, Radhika.
Yeah, these surprise tackles in players should have these skills, Naveen. When the raider, eyes on the corners or the cover defense, the in players should come up with surprise tackles. That's what happened. That's a good one for Maratha Marvels. The score difference is not much, Naveen. Still, the game pace would definitely slow down. They will rethink. They would not let the margin go bigger.
Now that should be the strategy. That should be the strategy because Sahil Zandu, I guess now Aravalli Arrows will just try to control this on the third raid, on the do-or-die raids. But when Sahil Zandu is there, he's also a very good thinker. He will go for the bonus as well, which is on. Yeah, that's how he steals the bonus under the nose of the right corner. Has he got it? He looks confident. Just waiting for the referee. No, does not get it.
Yeah, look at that. He just crosses the box line. Now he doesn't want to take that chance. Though they are, behind by 3 points, they are waiting for the right opportunity to pounce on the Raiders. So let's see who gets that first, third raid. This is Vishal Chowdhury here, 1 versus 6, bonus available. This tall Raider can definitely go for those running bonuses. And yes, he does it. But then this is a brilliant dash. This is a brilliant dash. Brilliant.
Very much. He got the bonus along with the brilliance. It was a powerful one as well. And it was coming in from that left cover. And very well put across by Nikhil Chowdhury on Vishal Chowdhury. The dash, what also helped was he actually lifted Vishal off the mat with the dash. He just put his left hand under his tummy and he just pushed him away. Now, they are important to order raid for Nikhil. I guess he's succumbed to the pressure. He was having a good intention of surprising the defense with a fast-paced running hand touch, but then couldn't get the angle right to escape into the midline.
But then I think he would have just waited and just calculated the moves of the defense, Naveen, because when you had 5 defenders, you need not go deep in. Just wait for those 5-7 seconds. Think where the moment of the defense is, then pounce. You just can't go blind.
Yeah, that was the issue by Nikhil, where it is very important for the Raiders to stay on the court for the Maratha Marvels. I guess Nikhil has just missed a trick, but Sahil Zandu does not miss any tricks. No bonus, says the referee. Yeah, that's okay, my friend. Come back. You've got a touch point. There you go. They're chipping away now. Aravalli Arrows. All important timeout. What will be the discussion now is for the Arrows to hold on to this lead. And that was Sahil Zandu once again trying in for the bonus. Goes in for the dash, Arav, and does not get it. Arav Yadav,
Naveen,
because on that previous occasion, you saw the dash very comfortably there, Radhika.
that's what we say. Finishing off a skill is so important. You go with the raider till the end of the mat and then give it a dash. If you give those, leave those gaps, raider will definitely squeeze in through and get through the midline. So you have done it several times. No mistakes allowed now.
Much needed. And Maratha Marvels need rate points. They're very simple. Because they cannot have this difference when it is under 3 minutes or so. That becomes really important. Now, in the next 2 minutes, they'll have to see a way through to knock out something and get closer to 29, the boys in blue.
Now, Naveen, they have the opportunity for the bonus. They should take up those single points whenever available. Otherwise, they would come under the pressure of that do or die raid.
Very much. As Radhika, I will just want you to take us through to the end of this all important second game of the monsoon edition. And Aravalli Arrows will be holding on to this lead, is what I feel. And how will the Maratha Marvels come back? It's the story that will be narrated by a fabulous voice, Radhika Reddy.
Absolutely, Naveen. Now, what happens, Naveen, is, as they are leading with 5 points, which is a good enough one, which about 6 minutes remaining in the game, they would only, pounce in when it's a do or die raid. They would safeguard just the bonus line when the raider comes up. They would not go for those advanced tackles. Now, the pressure would be more on Maratha Marvels. This is what I was saying. Maratha Marvels, whenever they have this chance of taking the bonus, take those points so that you don't have that pressure of that do or die raid. Now it's 1 versus 5. Sahil Jandu comes in. Now it's not the do or die raid, so he need not go deep in. He can just kill those 30 seconds available. That's what we see. A smart move by Aravalli Arrows here. 5 minutes in the game now. Maratha Marvels need to definitely, tighten up their shoe and take the advantage of the bonus situation. They just can't waste those seconds. Every second counts here, and Pankaj goes back with the second empty raid, and this is the do or die raid. Now, no advanced tackles. Wait for the raider to come in. Wait for those 25 seconds. Only then the raider would try to pounce on you, then take the advantage. This is what is the key for the Maratha Marvels. But then, look at the execution of the back kick from Arjun Chaudhary in the do or die raid with 5 members in the defense. Goes strong enough and takes that kick point, which is a good one. Look at that. He was just shuffling the team defense, but then given an opportunity, he has executed a kick there. 5 points, a deficit for Maratha Marvels. It's not a big one, thinking, there is about 4 minutes in the game. Oh, no advanced tackles for Aravalli Arrows as well.
Control yourself.
If you could see the right cover so close to you, why don't you go for those running hand touches on the cover? You should shuffle the defense to get those points. This is Vishal Chaudhary for us. 1 versus 4. This tall raider, smart enough to, he knows when to get those points, when to stay calm. Last 4 minutes in the game. And Aravalli Arrows are leading by 5 points. And when you have such kind of body language in the defense, the raider would definitely take advantage. Actually show your presence when you are in the defense. Put those chains in the proper position. You just can't stay quiet. That's a brilliant execution of hand touch from the raider.
Do or die raid.
Score difference definitely in favor of Aravalli Arrows. Do or die raid. Now, will they give away the bonus? No, they have taken... Paramveer has gone with the running hand touch on the right cover. That happened within just 5 seconds of the raid. That's a good one from Paramveer. When you have a swift-foot raiders, the defense need to step back quickly. They should move according to the rhythm of the raider. 3.5 minutes. 5 point deficit for Maratha Marvels. Arjun Chaudhary is doing quite good for the team so far. The defense, you know, just 1 versus 4, and this is the kind of support we require for Maratha Marvels. And look at that team effort. Maratha Marvels gets a point here in the defense. That was an advanced tackle which was required for Maratha Marvels to take that chance, because the time is running out and they should take those chances available. The Raider gets confused and the defense, it takes quite advantage of that one. 3 minutes in the game. No bonus available for Maratha Marvels. Nickel here. And he goes blindly. A point again in the defense for Aravalli Arrows. Oh, each 1 point. Let's see if one of the defender has stepped out. Yeah, one of the defender goes out of the lobbies. So each 1 point. So score difference remains the same. Now Vishal Chaudhary to control the pace of the game. 30 seconds in his hand. He uses it to his advantage, for the team's advantage. Crosses the box line, which is the white line, which makes the raid legal. Crosses it, stays close to the midline, kills that 30 seconds. Last 8 seconds, yes, he goes back. Brilliant. Smart move from Vishal Chaudhary. Now this is up to Paramveer and the rest of the Raiders to pounce on the defense of Aravalli Arrows here, because it's important for Maratha Marvels to take that slightest of the advantage available. In these less than 2 minutes, maybe you'll have one do-or-die raid each. So it's important for Maratha Marvel Raiders only to step up now. Look who's come, Sahil Jandu. I mean, these young boys are so clever on the mat. They know when to get those points, when to hold back in favor for the team. So there's a smart move again from the Aravalli Arrows, not giving any chance, in fact, to the Maratha Marvels.
Aravalli Arrows, time out.
Last 75 seconds approximately, and Aravalli Arrows takes that all out. I mean, the coaching timeout. Now, it's an easy task for the coach to say, just hold on with the lead you have, a 4 points lead. It's a task for Maratha Marvels coach here. This is a big one for the coach, for them to boost up these players in these last 70 seconds, how to come back. But they have given a brilliant show today. When the Aravalli Arrows in the first 10 minutes, they have done it brilliantly, but then Maratha Marvels have come so close to the team. Now, it's Raider from Maratha Marvels. 1 versus 5. Unfortunately, as we say, Paramveer, there is no bonus available. That's what we've been saying. How important it is to take advantage when you have that bonus situation available. And this is a brilliant dive tackle from the right corner. The pressure is on the Raiders, so that's beautifully taken advantage by the defender. When he goes for the kick, he pounces with an ankle hold. 50 seconds, 5 points margin. Aravalli Arrows, this is do or die raid, 1 versus 4, Vishal Chaudhary. Now, if he's smart enough, he should raise those 20 seconds and then go for the attempt in that last 10 seconds. The defense should not falter here in any which ways. And brilliantly dashed. 1 each. Maybe the defender also went. The dash was so forceful that, along with the Raider, the defender also goes off the lobby. 1 point each, so score difference remains the same. 20 seconds. This should be the last raid for the Maratha Marvels Pankaj, provided, there would be 1 raid for the Aravalli Arrows, and yeah, they'll have 30 seconds. This is just less than 10 seconds, so make the raid legal, Sahil Jandu. brilliant. Aravalli Arrows. They win this match on Maratha Marvels with 5 points margin. I mean, it's a thinking game, I will say, because when they have a lot of points in their favor, they did went fast. But when there was a slightest margin, they went on playing a calculated game. It's a 34 for Aravalli Arrows, 29 for Maratha Marvels. Nothing to take away from the losing side because we have seen a lot of brilliant execution of raids from Pankaj there and also Nikhil. But the defense was the one thing which definitely affected the team performance of Maratha Marvels, except for Ankit Yadav, who's taken about 2 tackles, and Paramveer, who is a raider, also took about 1 tackle point. Rest of the defense did not show up on the mat today. So this is the second game of the Yuva Kabaddi Monsoon edition, and Aravalli Arrows wins the match with a 5 points margin over Maratha Marvels. If you look at this, initially Maratha Marvels defense did quite well. But then Pankaj also, had 9 rate points to himself. But in the last second half, I'll say, Pankaj has been taken care by the defense and he's been put off the mat most of the time. But the reach and the height of Sahil Jandu definitely helped the team to get those super rates. The back holes were quite unsuccessful. Half-hearted challenges definitely costed the team sometimes. But Aravalli Arrows, they have been quite good in defense too. Lokesh Gosalia with 3 points, Rashid Ali with 2 tackle points, Chetan Kumar with 2 tackle points. And we could see a lot of team effort in Aravalli Arrows. The Raiders did show up in both the teams, but the defense of the Maratha Marvels did not show up as expected. So that's what the deficit was for the Maratha Marvels. Now, going forward, Maratha Marvels, they definitely need to work upon the defense of the team and set up a better team in the defense. I understand this is just the, baby steps in the tournament. It's just the first match for them. They need to understand the pressure. They need to go through these situations. Sure, they will learn it the tough way though. And we have seen brilliant dashes though. And sometimes you've seen each one points out there. With the speed of the Raider, the defenders also went out. If you look at the summary of the match, Aravalli Arrows with 34 total points, Maratha Marvels with 29. Rate points, defensive points, are in favor of Aravalli Arrows. As we say, defense of the Maratha Marvels definitely struggled. That's the only deficit I would say. Otherwise, both of them have got each one all-out points. So that's a good one. Good start for Aravalli Arrows today. But then Maratha Marvels, we had seen a lot of brilliant effort from the Raiders too. But the defense, if they come up, that should be a good one. And next, we'll have a match again at 2 o'clock from Ranchi. That would be Tadoba Tigers will taking on Vijayanagar Veeras. So stay tuned on Fan Code for the next match at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Thank you so much, everyone.
Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello.